Hey, good morning. I'm not sure exactly what's going to come out of my mouth right now, but I want to talk about risk-taking risk takers, and I think it'll be helpful for those listening to this. As some of you know, a few days ago I started something, the Black Education Fund. I'm a firm believer that many of the ills and problems in our society can be resolved with the education of people, old people, but especially younger people who are getting up into their lives. And not just our society, but me as a black man educating black youth in particular about entrepreneurship and personal financial management. So I've created a fund, blackeducationfund.org. But what I want to talk about today is the aspect of mindset and just launching and how this came to be in a few areas. And I don't even know how to say what I'm trying to say, but I guess when I was launching the Black Education Fund, I was worried, should I do it? Is it too much for me to do? I'm already doing so much already trying to get my clients and keep my business running and managing my team and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But I had to do something and something furthermore. And so my point is, I guess what I'm trying to get to is I want to talk about how I launched it and what I did. I think one, the aspect of working with others. The Bible says in a multitude of counsel, there's wisdom or there's safety. And so in doing this, shout out to Ivy Slater, gave her a call. Eddie Turner looked at the website. Adrian Miller looked at a website. Marsha looked at a website. Of course, my sister Joanna looked at a website, had people go through it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And big shout out to Ruchi Penninger, for having a call with me and talking with me through some of the financial aspects as well, which gave me the big idea, just pass all the money directly through to Facebook and connect that to nonprofits. Point being, I don't know a lot of things. I don't know so many things. And we all can't know a lot of things, but I must say that there's just some people in my life I think are really smart people. I'm not one of them, but I know that I have a surrounding myself of friends who are super duper uber smart. That's what I rely on. I don't know a lot of things, but I know people who know a lot of things more than I do. So that's one. When I had this idea, I'm like, I got to do something. So I called, had a few phone calls, a few emails with people, and they opened themselves up to said, Ramon, here's some ideas. It's up to me, of course, to pick the idea that I want. But in talking with people, you get ideas, you get angles that you didn't think of, and then you say, that's the idea I'm going to take, or that's how I'm going to do it. That's one. So point two, this is an experiment, a journey. I know it's going to change. I know it's going to morph and get better and better and better, but you have to launch. It's not like a space shuttle now where it launches and if something happens, it kills people. No, this is a project. So the Black Education Fund, it's a project. I don't know how it'll be in 10 years. I don't know how it'll be in a year, but I've done it. And I did that through advice. And don't be afraid to. And so I guess the third point is don't be afraid to launch. So many of you are held back. So many of you are not doing your full potential because you're afraid to make mistakes. You're waiting for perfect. You're waiting for it. You're waiting for it to be the right condition. It's never going to be the right condition. You sometimes just have to do it. Step out and just get it done. And so I just wanted to share that because, yes, I've started 4 small companies, sold 2 companies, authored so many books. I'm running Smart Hustle. In Smart Hustle, we have a Survive and Thrive Summit. We have the agency. We do content marketing for our clients. We have Ramon as a speaker and thought leader and influencer, now not flying around the world, but doing a ton of online conferences. And I have this other thing that I'm doing. But the other thing that happens is when you launch and when you do something, people jump on board and want to take part of it, whether it's for profit, like Smart Hustle, like my Survive and Thrive Summit. People poured out. We're doing the second one coming up because I just took a stand and just said, I'm going to do it. Now, let's talk about failure. For things that you calculate properly, if things fail, then that's okay. Maybe you lost a bit of money. Maybe you had a bit of embarrassment. But you tried and you learned. That in itself is not failure because you self-educated yourself. So my heart goes out to people that are stuck at home, that are just crying, that are just have a blanket over their head because they're not taking action. They're not moving. So I don't know whether it's your business, whether your personal life, whether a nonprofit you want to start, whether something you want to do. You must take action. You must go forth and do something. Nobody's going to do it for you. But if you start and take a step, people join on board. Seth Godin has drilled this into me. As you all know, I just like his ethos, like what he does. I've learned a lot from him from a distance. And it's so true when you step out. When you step out, you can make a difference. You can make a change. But the world is there's too many people in the world stepping out doing bad things. Stepping out doing wrong things, stepping out harming others. There's not enough good people in the world stepping out doing things. And we need more and more good people. And you're a good person, most likely, if you're watching this. So we need more people to step out and do good things. Don't wait for perfect. Don't wait for something to come to you. You must make your own path. And oftentimes the person who makes the first path, they get flack first. They get punched in the face first because they're out in the front. But the world needs more people who will go first, who will take their ideas and run with it, who will not sit back. We have too many people who sit back. Too many people who are going forward, as I said already, for wrong things. I want to be a force for good. And I know you want to be a force for good. So for me, my battle is entrepreneurship through smart hustle. My project that I'm going to work on for the next several months, year, 2, 5, 10 years, is Black Education Fund to get more education to the Black community. You look at immigrants, this is how they rise. They have that immigrant hustle mentality. Coming here with knowing no English, coming here knowing no money oftentimes. Many of them having not a dime in their pocket, no inheritance. And they make their own way, they build themselves up. You have, of course, the Jewish experience with community building and being together and things of this nature. You have Asians in particular who are immigrants, but I'm calling them out. Many Indians coming to this country with nothing, being the CEOs of our organizations and companies. So it's us white and Black Americans who are here. And of course, whites, the historical, the privilege they've had for years. I want to educate more Blacks in this. So hence the Black Education Fund, but this is beyond that. This is more a message. Launch. Do it. Rely on the advice of others. Don't be scared of things not being perfect. Understand you will fail. Understand that that you will have to iterate, make it better and better and better. And understand if it does fail, you've just had some great education. Hopefully you failed not too far. You've learned and can do it again. Don't wait for perfect. And there's enough people doing things that are bad. We need more people doing things as a force for good. This is what we need. And I'm fired up today. And I hope I don't lose this fire. But this is my passion for business and for a new cause that I've started. So I hope this helps understand the journey of how I did this. I had an idea. I wanted to do something. Didn't know what I was going to do. Didn't know how to do it. But I reached out to my network of friends, people I could call who would give advice. And several things happened. One, I had people who I've got on the phone, a phone call with. As I said, Ruchi and Ivy. Probably a few others that I'm forgetting right now, so I apologize for that if I'm forgetting your name. But called a few others. Then I had people who I emailed, Eddie Turner and Adrian Miller and Marsh Maxine and a couple others who gave feedback. And again, I'm forgetting all the names to give thanks to. That's a second level, just a few emails back and forth. And third, the outpouring of people that have opened up their networks. Ramon, see this one, Ramon, see that one, making connections just because I stepped out. And then I had to go to raise $5,000. We're close to $7,000. That's huge for me. Huge. So we're only going to get better. And it's not just about me. I know you, all of you. Ruchi has her pajama fund and so many others have nonprofits and things you're going towards. You've stepped out. People have stepped out before us. People will step out in the years to come. I'm just sharing my journey, and I hope this inspires you and helps you in some way. If it does, could you leave me a comment? If it does, could you share this with somebody else? Share this message with somebody to help inspire them to go forth, go out, and be a force for good? Don't wait for perfect. It's never going to come. It's never going to come. So just get out and just do it.